And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. So just about set now. And on the mound in this one, Shota Imanaga. What do you look for here?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working. But if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
And there's one down. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. A very athletic offensive group with speed spread throughout this offense.
Yeah, and it's so important that they have patient and quality at bats because the key is to get on base. If they do that, then they can create a whole lot of havoc on the base paths, get runners around the score, and then that's going to get you some good pitches to hit as well. So a very athletic team, and we should be in for a treat in this one.
It's not the standard approach that we see in today's game, but it does work for them offensively. Hard hit to third. In time to Bush. Yelich out on the play.
Batting third, the catcher, William
And now it's William Contreras. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. Clips the corner, and that's strike 2. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Just outside. And that's ball 2.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire. And out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
2 down, nobody on. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. He circles the bases. The Brewers score first. It's 1-0.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Two down, base is empty. Garrett Mitchell up now for the Brewers. Line drive, makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this solo shot. It's now 1-0. Back here with my pal Singy, getting the nod in this one, Freddie Peralta. How about a scouting report on him?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
Now the left fielder, Ian Happ. That one misses. 2-1.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. And boy, umpire didn't give him the call. I bet you if he throws it again, hitter knows he's going to have to swing it.
And now it's 3-2.
I think he wanted that call in the upper part of the zone, but just didn't get it. Now he's just trying to get a better feel for how much it missed so he can adjust his sights just a little bit.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
On a line out towards center. Mitchell makes the catch, and there's one down. Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. Finding themselves down a run early, they'd like to punch back here with a run of their own.
Absolutely, Boog, but I don't expect them to change their approach because of that run. They still want to put together strong at-bats. Be patient out there and get a feel for this starting pitcher.
Here's Kyle Tucker. One out, bases empty.
Ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That one missed.
3-1.
Got him swinging. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective.
Batting third, the designated
So up
hitter,
next, Seiya Suzuki.
Suzuki.
And now
That's
2
a
balls
ball.
and a strike. That one the other way, and that's down. A base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
And now the first baseman, Michael Busch. Check on the runner, and he's back in safely. Runner on the go. Ball misses.
That's the ball.
Throw to second. Not in time. He's there easily.
Looks like they're trying to answer back on that run they gave up at the top of the first by being aggressive on the base paths. I like that, especially early in this ball game. Be aggressive while you can and see if it leads to some type of big inning.
Fouls one away, and now 3-2.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing and miss, get into that dugout and hit the reset button.
This one in the air. Dunn settles underneath it. That is the inning. Cubs leave one, still behind by a count of 1-0. Second inning set to go. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Sal Frelick. Fought off foul. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
Ball. 2-2.
Hit in the air, center field. Crow Armstrong should have it. Makes the grab, one down.
Batting sixth, the first baseman.
And here
12,
is Hoskins.
Rhys Hoskins.
And a 1-1. Hoskins pushes it foul. One down, base is empty.
That's the ball.
Our plate umpire, Earl Hendricks.
Yeah, with Hendricks, Boo, kind of interesting. He's a good, consistent umpire, but you do hear that he kind of favors one side of the plate more than the other. So it's really hard to know for sure, but I think that usually it has to do something with where he sets up prior to each pitch.
That one misses, and it's 3-2.
Full count.
fouled off, and they'll do it again. Grounds one to short. Fires to first in time.
Batting 7th, the third baseman, Oliver Dunn.
Oliver Dunn up now for the Brewers. Two outs. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Misses off the inside. Now 2-2.
2-2.
2 out, space is empty. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing here this half. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Brewers 1 and the Cubs nothing. And we're back. We head to the bottom of the second. And here comes Dansby Swanson. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Swing and a foul out of play.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have a range and close.
This one swung on and hit well, way back there. And it lands in the basket, a home run. They must be going crazy in the dugout. It's 1-1. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
Here's Nico Horner. Bunting for a hit. Done. To first, they handle the bunt and get the out.
Well, I'm pretty sure he took a look around the infield to see where they were playing before laying that one down. And everyone is playing back. You assume that's going to be a pretty easy knock, but he just couldn't put it down in the right spot to allow him to beat that out. Maybe the right idea, but he just couldn't pull it off.
The next pitch misses. Now 2 balls and a strike.
2-1.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Batting 8th, the third baseman, Gage Workman.
Gage Workman, the next Cub to hit. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across. Bottom half of inning number 2. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. And there's a ball.
2-2.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. And that skips in the dirt.
You got a full count.
And that one is lifted in the air. Freeland puts it away, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. But we're all tied up thanks to this solo homer. All even now at 1-1. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Wrigley Field, here's the shortstop at the plate, Joseph Ortiz. Swings through that.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got it. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But you know what happens.
This is Bryce Terang. Fouled off. He was late. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
So the lineup flips over. Jackson Chourio up now for the Brewers. Hard hit left side. In time to Bush, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Brewers go down quietly. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Back here at the friendly confines. And here's the catcher, Miguel Amaya. Inside, almost got him.
2-1.
Line drive, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Everything came together for him. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Back to the top of the lineup. In half up to hit. Smash to center, way back, and you can forget it. Home run. That's worth the price of admission. It's 3-1.
If there's a most predictable count to get a fastball, it's still 3 balls and 1 strike. I'll tell you what, that hitter was ready for it. He got his pitch, and he absolutely unloaded on it.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. That does it for Freddie Peralta. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. So the Brewers bring on a new pitcher from the pen, Ryan Hudson.
52.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with a lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
So here's Kyle Tucker now. Swing and a miss. And the count is filled up. Hudson, a very difficult guy to get hits off of. It's really rare for teams to string stuff together against him.
He wins every pitch, and for a hitter, sometimes a victory is just fouling off one of his pitches.
This one smoked on its way out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they tack one on the board. It's 4-1. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Bird. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
And up next for Chicago, Seiya Suzuki. Just missed.
Unless he beats himself, somehow can't find it, doesn't have the control command that day, you can pretty much forget about it.
And that one hammered back there. And that one's gone into the bleachers. He sends it out of here. It's 5-1. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boo. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Back-to-back-to-back home runs, and these guys look so dominant right now. Pitcher might want to check and see if he's tipping his pitches or not, but I tell you what, if this was basketball, that opposing team would call a timeout to try to slow down this offense.
And the batter now, Michael Busch. Next offering misses down and away. As a hitter, there's even more pressure to take advantage of any mistake, right?
Yeah, and you're hoping that, somehow, some way, whether it's a hit by pitch, a walk, something bad happens, because outside of that, stuff is just too good to fail. And he's got deception in his delivery, and it's not that he's trying to deceive the hitters. He just has this natural flow that makes it hard for hitters to pick the ball up. It gets on them a little bit quicker than they anticipate, even though they know what the velocity numbers are. This lefty matchup thing's not going so well.
Shortstop, Yancey. Swanson.
Man at first. So up now for Chicago, Dansby Swanson.
Swanson, former first-round pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks, Vanderbilt player in college, College World Series player, all that good stuff, but really coming into his own.
Busch on at first, nobody out. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Here's Ortiz for 1. Now to first, and it's a double play.
He's so good at coming across the bag and snagging it with the bare hand to throw. I like the flair that he brings day in and day out.
So here's Horner now. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. Ortiz brings it in for the 3rd out. So they move out in front after a 4-run outburst. 3 innings complete. It's the Cubs 5 and the Brewers 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's Yelich at the dish. The Brewers in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
On the ground to first. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still fires to first, and it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out. And the batter now, William Contreras.
Well, I got a chance to meet William during spring training as he was coming up trying to get to the big leagues, and this kid's got some ridiculous pop. Watched him on the backfields taking batting practice. All of his coaches would just kind of roll their eyes and say, this kid's going to be great, without actually saying the words. Then later that season, I got a chance to chat with Wilson, big brother, and ask him about little brother, and he smiled as well. Said, yeah, he's good, and gave me that look that I think he might be better than me eventually.
And now, Garrett Mitchell just missed.
Not a lot of people know this, but this isn't the only Wrigley Field in MLB history. You know, when the league expanded and added the Los Angeles Angels in 1961, they played their first season at a stadium in L.A. called Wrigley Field, which had been the home of the minor league team of the same name.
Hit on the ground might be 2. To Horner at second for 1. Over to first, but he beats it.
The left fielder, number 10, Sal Frelick.
Up now for Milwaukee, Sal Frelick. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. 2 outs. There's a swing and a drive. And that gets down in the corner. Coming home. He will score.
Well, that gets them a little closer in this one. When you connect and it
Reese.
jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
So runner at second, 2 down. And the batter now is Rhys Hoskins. Almost got him. Freeland at second with 2 down. That one fouled off, 2-2.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there are certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Oliver Dunn up next for the Brewers. Man at second. And ball 4 to a board.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
Now batting, third baseman, Oliver Dunn.
Oliver Dunn up now for the Brewers. And that one upstairs.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
With the tying run at the plate, top half of inning number 4. And it's even up.
2-2.
There's a line drive to left field. And no one can get there. Around third. He'll score. Runner holds at third, respecting the big arm at center field.
Really stayed true on that swing. It wasn't an easy pitch. Lefty on lefty. Pitch was a little down, a little bit away, but he committed to it. And his shoulder stayed square to the plate. Didn't try to pull off that ball at all. And that's why it jumped off the bat.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Shota Imanaga out of the game, and not his finest start. Never really looked comfortable out there. We'll have a new pitcher on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching for the
Tyson
Chicago
Miller
Cubs.
into the game.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
So 2 down. Now Joseph Ortiz. Fastball for a strike. High fly ball, shallow right field. Tucker on the move. And that's the third out. So 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits. No errors, but 2 are left stranded. On now to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Cubs 5 and the Brewers 3. Welcome back, and they turn to a new arm as we kick off the bottom of the 4th. Aaron Ashby. The offense will need to be ready for the breaking stuff. He's got a great curveball. So digging in, Pete Crow Armstrong.
This is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
That one finds the corner. 2-2. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
Now batting,
Gage Workman, the next Cub to hit.
Workman.
And misses inside. Action in the pen down there. Jarrett Koenig, the left-hander, up and throwing. Mears getting cranked up as well. Here comes a pitch. gets a piece and stays alive. Base is empty, one away. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Now it's 3-2. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
And now it's Miguel Amaya. The 1-1. And that is out of play. Just missed.
That's the ball.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
2-2.
Up the middle. Terang sends it to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. And it remains 5-3. New inning getting started. Up now for Milwaukee, Bryce Terang.
Bryce Terang.
The 1-1. That one missed.
No, that missed. That's
That's
the
a
ball.
good pitch there. Really had some
2-1.
run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat
Ball.
as you jog back to the dugout.
3-1.
That one finds the zone, and it's a full count.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
And he can't come up with it. Still finds a way to get off a throw, and they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
And that's a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Here comes the manager out of the Cubs dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Tyson Miller gives way, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break. So a lefty out of the pen, Caleb Thielbar.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Now it's Christian Yelich. Swings through that one.
1-2 is the count.
Chorio leads off first with 1 away. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Here's the Brewers catcher now, William Contreras. Snap throw to first. And he's back in safely. Out to short, Swanson. The throw to first, 3rd out. So the Cubs bullpen does its job nicely there. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Cubs 5 and the Brewers 3. And we're back. John Shabby with my buddy Chris Singleton. Set to get us started. Bottom 5. Ian Happ. Swing and a ball ripped out towards right center field. That'll touchdown for a hit. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
All over that one right there. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Now it's the right fielder, Kyle Tucker. Man at second. And that's downstairs and outside.
You know, these Cubs, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Foul ball.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Missed with a changeup. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Full count.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
First and second, no outs. Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. Ripped into right field, base hit. Happ on his way home. The tag, and he's in there. And they're up by 3. So now it's the Cubs hitter in the 4-hole, Michael Busch. One, 2 now. Slider misses outside. Next pitch is downstairs. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swing and a ground ball. There's one. On to first, double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
The shortstop, Dansby.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Aaron Ashby departs. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for
Nick Mears comes on now.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Dansby Swanson stands in. The 1-1 is fouled off. Drilled out towards left center field. Back there. And it's into the bleachers. Out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add on. It's 8-3. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
So 2 away with nobody on. Here's the second baseman, Nico Horner. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
1 and 2's the count.
Two down, nobody on. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. And that one hops the wall into second, and he's got a double.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
So runner at second, 2 down. And next for the Cubs, Pete Crow Armstrong. Next offering upstairs. Man on second, 2 down. And that misses.
That's the ball.
3 and 1 now.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
2 outs. Pop foul out of play off to the right. That one ripped. Frelick running hard to get
foul.
it. Tries to make the play, but it's foul. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
First and second, 2 outs. And up next for Chicago, Gage Workman. Just missed.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
That missed by a lot. Ball 3.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And that'll load the bases.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
The catcher, number 9.
Now the Cubs catcher, Miguel Amaya. Swing and a miss. That one at 99.
1-2.
And that is strike 2. Breaks his bat and pops it up. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. Cubs had 2 on this homer. It's now 8-3. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Breaking down the young and what I owe them. Trying to fit into an aura that I'm molded. Here at Wrigley Field, all set for the top of the 6th. Now the Brewers cleanup hitter, Garrett Mitchell. To the right side. He takes it on his own. 1 up, 1 down.
The batter, the left fielder, Sal Frelick.
Sal Frelick, the next to hit. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. The 1-1. Outside.
And I would say that most great defensive outfielders, it's kind of natural. There is some work that you can do to it to improve your game, but ultimately you either have it or you don't.
2-2.
Here's a 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. That's to third. Tosses to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
The first baseman, number 12, Rhys.
So it's their last chance in this one. Rhys Hoskins to the plate.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial goal.
Rips one to right, and it goes just foul.
Man, that's such a tough call for the umpire in real time, especially since those lines are not made of chalk the way they used to be. He got it right, though.
The Brewers down to their final strike. Stays alive. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases despite the fact. Got him! And that's the ball game.
When you hit 5 balls out of the yard, you expect to win. Some teams live and die by the long ball. Today, these 5 homers, they really led them to victory.
8-3 the final in this one. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.